Good afternoon, students. I am Mrs. Ajay Ukame Vivian, your geography teacher. I'm here to teach you geography and we'll be looking at the topic weather and climate. But before I move into the topic proper, I want us to look at the specific objective. The specific objective are the things you need to know at the end of this lesson. Now, by the end of this lesson, you should be able to define weather and climate. You should be able to differentiate between weather and climate. You should be able to state the elements of weather and climate. Now, let's go back to the topic weather and climate. The word weather is a word you come across daily. It's a word you've used daily. You use daily. Now, what is the weather in your area where you are right now? What is the weather here? What is the weather? The weather has to do with what is the weather this morning? What is the weather? What was the weather in the afternoon? What was the weather in the evening? Yesterday, today. So weather has to do with the condition of the lower atmosphere of a place over a short period of time. Like in the morning you discover the weather is cloudy, in the afternoon you might discover the weather is sunny. That is the weather of the day. In other words, weather can be referred to as the short-term changes in the atmosphere. Weather could vary within minutes, it could be within days or even weeks. While climate can be defined as the average weather condition of a place over a long period of time. Thus, climate describe what the weather is over a long period of time in a specific area. Now, the climate of a place cannot just be determined within a week, days, but when you talk about climate of weather, it can be determined within seconds, within minutes, within days or weeks. But that of climate takes a long time. Difference between weather and climate. Climate has to do with day-to-day changes in the atmosphere of a place, while climate has to do with comparative constant change in the atmosphere over a long period of time. From a long investigation, we found out that the northern area is an arid region and they have hot temperature, while the southern area is a humid region with moderate temperature. This was discovered as a result of climate, long-term observation of the climate. Secondly, changes in weather condition can be observed very frequently, while changes in climate takes a long time to be observed. Like if you come out in the morning, you can look at the sky and say today is going to be a rainy day, today is going to be a sunny day. So it can easily be observed. Thirdly, weather has to do with day-to-day changes, weeks or even months, while climate has to do with changes in terms of years, decades, century or even millions of years. If you want to note the change in weather, it takes you just a minute, it could take you just days, it could just take you weeks, but in climate it takes you years, decades, century or even millions of years. Fourthly, weather is the day-to-day state of the atmosphere and it's a short-term variation in minutes to weeks, while climate is the weather average condition of a place over a long period of time, often like 30 years, 35 years. Weather is what you expect, or what is what happens. Weather is what happens daily, while climate is what you expect. Weather is what happens daily, while climate is what you expect. For instance, the weather of today. You can discover that here in Rumokoro it is raining, but by the time you get to Rumokuta it is sunny there, or you discover that rain never falls. This happens as a result of the weather. Let's look at elements of weather and climate. The elements of weather and climate include temperature, rainfall, wind, pressure, sunshine, relative humidity, or you can just say humidity, because we have two types of humidity. We have relative humidity and absolute humidity. Then cloud cover. Then let's take them one after the other. Temperature. When we say temperature, we are looking at how hot or how cold a place is. Temperature also varies from latitude to latitude. You can discover that latitude 23.5 degree north could be hotter than latitude 23 degree south. So it varies in latitude, and the instrument used in measuring temperature is called thermometer. Pressure, the second one, has to do with number of mixed gases. It has weight. The instrument used in measuring pressure is called barometer. Third is rainfall. Rainfall refers to water droplets from the atmosphere. It occurs as a result of evaporation from water bodies like the ocean, the lake, the sea, and transpiration from plants. When the water bodies are being heated up, you see something like smoke coming out of it, and it goes into the air and condense there. After some time it falls down as rainfall. The instrument used in measuring rainfall is called rain gauge. Humidity is a mixture of dampness of the atmosphere, like the moisture due to water in gaseous states. The instrument used in measuring humidity is called hygrometer. Wind in a local term you call it breeze. This wind is air in motion from high pressure to lower pressure belts. The instrument used in measuring wind speed is called anemometer, while the instrument used in measuring wind direction is called wind vane. Sunshine, this is a visible part of the energy. It is used for plants and living organisms. Like plants use sunshine as through sunshine plants are able to have their photosynthesis, and organisms they survive as a result of sunshine. And even us as human beings, we use sunshine to dry our clothes, warm our body, and etc. So the instruments used in measuring sunshine is called sundial, and in most cases also use what is called cowbell stroke. This is where we'll end our lesson today, but in summary, you should know that weather has to do with our day-to-day activities. Weather determines what we wear, the kind of, most time, the kind of food we eat, because when the weather is cold, some of us will want to take pepper soup tea to warm our body. And weather has to do with our daily activity, while climate is something that takes a long period of time. Most time this global warming comes as a brings about climatic change, because when these activities that goes on the earth surface, after a long period of time, they bring some changes in our climate, and this climate cannot be observed within months or weeks. It takes a long period of time. And I said one of the difference between weather and climate, you should note that weather has to do with the atmospheric change in the atmospheric change over a short period of time, while climate has to do with the changes in the atmosphere over a long period of time. And I have just listed the elements of weather and climate. That's the effects gotten from weather and climate. You said temperature, rainfall, wind, sunshine, etc. So I'll be leaving you with this assignment. The assignment is pair weather instruments with the right elements. For instance, we have thermometer for temperature. So pair weather instruments with the right elements. Thank you and have a nice day. Love you. Be a good child to your parents. Make sure you help your parents and obey all the instruction of staying safe. This too shall pass. Bye.